Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And Awakening characters are starting to get a little bit more spicy. And with the buffs to squad battle rewards, I think it's a lot more reasonable now to, climb in squad battle and get those Mandalay gem fragments. I'm already back up to 600 myself after Awakening Mystique. So hopefully I will have enough by the time Yelena gets her Awakening or someone else. But I think, we're getting to the point where sort of like CCF, we're reaching a nice equilibrium, homeostasis. Shout out to all my homeos. And we're going to have a good enough amount that we can reasonably expect as you climb and as you get better at squad battle, you will see those good rewards coming in. Now, Awakening Stones are another beast altogether, but we're going to have to address that one closer to when the disparity starts to show itself. It's not yet there for a lot of players, so it doesn't really make sense to start hollering and ringing alarms right now. But yes, it is, over months you will be seeing a lot more Awakening, or a lot less Awakening Stones than Mandalay Gem Fragments. But with Awakening characters playing a pivotal role in a lot of content, and I'm going to be putting out content soon about Mystique because she absolutely destroys World Boss, and she's good for PvP as a support, and she's good for squad battle, and she's good for ABX, blah, 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 etc, 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 Alliance Conquest. They're almost like tier 3 characters. So here's the thing. Squad battle. Not the perfect game mode, but a lot better. Still a lot better than ABX, and a lot better than it was when it first got introduced. One small change, right? Just changing the daily Mandalay Gem Fragments has actually done a lot. Now, they made some other changes to the rewards. I still think they do need to look into the boxes and change some of these rewards, but it's a lot better than it was when it started. However, with a Cynicalex video, there's always a however. There's always a but hiding in there. The but is the requirements don't change. Yeah, the required characters have not changed in any of the leagues that I've been in. They haven't changed for anyone else who's in any of the leagues that I used to be in. And now that we've seen a refresh of Vibranium, and I've stayed in Vibranium, we have not seen a refresh. There is a small silver lining here. The characters, not the characters, excuse me, the players in your league, in your little mini league, do refresh. So these characters were not with me before. I keep calling them characters, sorry. These real players who are not bots, these players were not in my league before. So you get sort of a re-roll of the dice to see who you're going to be playing with. I like that. That does encourage more competitiveness, and that does create a more interesting scenario, because some weeks you may be, I think I was ranked 10 this week in squad, last week in squad battle for Vibranium. Maybe this week I will be much higher because the competition is not as strong, so I'll be in the top 3, so I have a chance to get in the top 3. Maybe next week I'll get a bunch of heavy hitters and I'll be way down in like 40 or 50. The rewards are not any different, right? Being 4th place versus being 80th place, which is the last place you can be without getting kicked out and bumped back to platinum. 81 and down get bumped down. So that is a problem. I still think they need to have percentage-based rewards, not just rewards for the top 3. But I do like this. However, I don't like this. Why would you guys think, guys? It's 2020, right? Marvel Future Fight and Netmarble Monster has to stop making this mistake, thinking that they can create one thing one time and then we'll just be happy playing that one thing one time for years. That's just not how it works, guys. You cannot be that lazy, and you have such an easy opportunity here. It's really not hard to rotate these requirements. It's very easy. This is kindergarten level coding, and you guys are just not up to the task, or you just refuse to be up to the task. So I am disappointed to see that they're doing this. So for those of you that don't know, I will now show you the Vibranium requirements. We have Human, Supervillain, Universal, and I'll give you a quick breakdown of the best team. It's probably that one. I'm not going to explain why. I'm just going to show you. Then you have Universal, Superhero, Male, Human. I think the best team is something like this, and I'll explain maybe in a future video. Then we have Speed Mutant, not Human. Superhero, I think this is probably the best team, or possibly that. And then we've got Blast, Female Human, which comes out to be this or this. We've got Speed, Supervillain Human. And again, you can see that this actually focuses a lot of premium characters. Uncoincidentally, it does definitely. You've got Baron Zemo and Ghost and Electro here that are all premium characters. Here you've got you actually don't have many premium characters. I guess Ironheart and to a lesser extent Blue, Blue Dragon, but that's actually a pretty free-to-play friendly. This one, you need to have the uniform for Deadpool, and of course, Kitty Pryde is a premium character. Nova's pretty hard to get. Slapstick is premium. And then here, well, no premium characters, I guess. That's not bad. And then the last one, of course, is no restriction, where you can use whoever you want. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed because what's going to happen is over the next couple of months, I'm going to be playing the same 6 teams 4 times a month. So you're asking for me to play 6 fights 24 times a month the exact same way. Do you know how boring that is? It's incredibly boring. It's incredibly short-sighted of the Netmarble Monster devs to think that we are so easily placated. We're so easily soothed, right? Oh, look, it's shiny squad battle. Here you go. Why just guys, just listen. Every 2 weeks, just rotate the requirements. Just do that, okay? So by this time next week, in 1 week's time, I will make another video, and I'll be like, wow, the Netmarble Monster devs, they did it again. Amazing. This game is on the up and up. It's definitely not dying, guys. And we'll be talking about the new requirements for squad battle. If not, we should expect some angry letters from me. Now, I know that vibranium is not within reach for all of you out there. I know that not all of you guys are in vibranium, so I wanted to provide you ahead of time with the requirements for all of the other leagues. So we're going to start off with Silver League here. You've got, again, the leagues. The nice thing about the leagues, and the thing that they did think out, is that there are fewer restrictions the lower you go, and there are more restrictions the higher you go. So as you can see, except for no restriction, all of the other 5 fights have 3 requirements. As you can see in Silver League, you just have combat male, speed male, superhero female human. That one's a little bit more complicated. Blast villain, universal hero, and then no restrictions. So you only have 2 restrictions there, except for that one in the middle. Gold League is pretty similar. You've got combat villain, blast male, speed male hero, universal male hero, female mutant, and then no restriction. And then, of course, when you get to platinum, it gets a little bit more complicated. You've got combat hero male, speed hero female, but then you got blast villain, combat villain, universal villain. So it sort of waxes and wanes. But you have 1 no restriction in all of them. I believe that bronze is the exact same as the minor league, in the sense that it has no restriction for any of the fights, but I might be wrong. So if you guys know the requirements for bronze league fights, let me know if I'm not correct about that. But yeah, I wanted to bring this to your attention because I think squad battle still has the possibility and still has the potential to be a really good game mode. It's got a very clear progression path for awakening characters. You want to awaken characters, you play squad battle. You build up and you get stronger in squad battle by building up your roster. You'll get to a higher level in squad battle. You'll get more Mandalay gem fragments, so you'll be able to awaken more characters. That's perfect. That's exactly what Marvel Future Fight needs. So I don't want to gloss over that fact. They did do a really good job with that. However, they still need to keep the game mode fresh, right? Having that clear progression path, but having the game mode get boring over a couple of months is not the right solution, because they're going to keep releasing awakening characters. We're going to keep wanting to awaken new characters, right? Hopefully, they're going to release cool, interesting, fun, unique awakening characters. We don't want to see the same stuff copied and pasted. So if they're going to release cool ones, then we're going to have to play squad battle. And if we're going to have to play squad battle, then, and you want to play squad battle anyways for the rewards, but then you're going to expose yourself to that repetition more, right? Even ABX, I mean, it's a bad example, but ABX took, 2 years for them to introduce a second week. Now, that's pretty good because it's enough variety, I would say. Every week it rotates. Now, every 2 weeks you're back to the same thing. So I think they could do something a little bit different with squad battle, and you could have the same thing for 2 weeks, and then it rotates, and you have something different for 2 weeks. Ideally, in a crazy world where the Netmarble Monster devs are working super hard. Sorry, I hit the mic. In a crazy world where the Netmarble devs are working super hard and giving us what we want, we could have rotations every week. So you could have 4 different weeks of requirements. They don't even have to be huge changes in the requirements. They just have to be small changes here and there to make things viable. They can take this, for example, or maybe not this one, but they can take, for example, this one, and instead of universal villain human, they can make it combat hero mutant. Now, there's not a lot of combat hero mutants, but you can shout out to my boy Wolverine. Right? You can see what I did there. Or they can take this one and they can make it blast female villain, right? So now you open it up to mutants and humans and inhumans. You can use Emma Frost. You can use magic. you can see how just a small tweak, just the smallest tweak, can make the world of difference. So I really hope the Netmarble Monster devs don't sleep on this game mode. We've had, sadly, too many game modes in Marvel Future Fight that have just been slept on and have just been sort of put into an early grave because the devs create it and then they don't update it enough, and then the game mode just falls into disuse and just garbage. You know, they've worked hard. I will give them that. They've released at least like 3 or 4 updates patching and trying to fix and improve Danger Room. They've done 1 or 2 patches worth of improvements to Squad Battle, so they seem to be more invested in newer game modes, but they have to extend that investment has to extend, right, for years, not just for a couple of months, right? Look at Giant Boss Raid. It's starting to fall into disarray already. We don't even talk about Timeline Battle, Alliance Battle Extreme, and Alliance Conquest, because those are like toilet tier as far as getting reworks. And then even Shadowland is starting to fall into disuse despite the updated rewards, because they're not actually updating the content in the game. So yeah, I wanted to bring that up to you. I wanted to encourage you to awaken more characters, and I will be doing so with an awakening video. Not an awakening video, but an awakened Mystique video, because she absolutely melts bars on multiple bosses, and you'll be surprised, one boss in particular, she does really well. And yeah, so yeah, let me know what you think of that. Hopefully you're hyped to see those videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.